Puerto Rico has officially done the impossible, as people might have guessed. Personally, I thought Puerto Rico was going to look very good going to this game versus Dominican Republic. They have clenched and beat probably the favorites to win all of the World Baseball Classic right now. They are moving on to the quarterfinals, and it's going to be a very interesting WBC with the Dominican Republic completely out. This game, Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico, was insane. So I kind of want to just talk about it today and explain to you guys why I think Puerto Rico is looking like a disgusting force going into the quarterfinals. That being said, let's get into the game first of all. This game was good off the bat. Johnny Cueto was looking like he was pitching a dime of a game. The game did end up getting broken up in the third inning. Cristian Vazquez had a single shot at the beginning of the third inning, which ended up leading to a couple of other people getting on base, two people in specific. Francisco Lindor ended up coming up to bat. You know Francisco Lindor, he lives for the moment, and he definitely didn't disappoint. He hit a ball to the outfield, 2 runs ended up scoring. It was 3-0 at this point in the third inning. Eventually a new pitcher ended up coming in, and then boom, Kike Hernandez drives in another one, so it's 4-0 in the third inning. At this point, you know, if you're a Dominican Republic fan, you have a bit of hope, right? Because next at bat, Juan Soto came up and hit a solo shot, and he actually hit a home run. It was the first thing that really got you thinking, hey man, maybe the Dominican Republic could slowly creep back in, and maybe they have started to gain the momentum back. Not to mention that Juan Soto home run was 448 feet. The dude was meaning business, and Juan Soto is looking like he's in prime shape again. And the game doesn't really pick up until Francisco Lindor hits a inside the park home run. I mean, it's pretty little league home run. Julio Rodriguez just missed the bounce on the ball, and it led to Francisco Lindor scoring. At this point, I feel like a lot of the teammates on Team Dominican Republic looked very demoralized. They felt like they already lost the game, but I personally thought that, hey, maybe Team DR could come back and, you know, shock a bunch of people. In my opinion, the best chance for Team DR to actually come back was especially in that 5th inning. It had a really good competitive at bat. Manny Machado, bases loaded, no outs, and of course Edwin Diaz was up on the mound. This inning was insane. To think that the bases were loaded and Edwin Diaz only came out of that inning, I think, with 1 earned run. Manny Machado ended up hitting the ball. It turned into a double play. One ended up scoring, and I think this was what baseball is truly meant to be. This was exciting. This was tense. Manny Machado could have been the hero for Team DR. He could have had another home run, one of those hero moments, but unfortunately that just didn't happen. And of course, in the 9th inning, Edwin Diaz came in to close the game for Team Puerto Rico, and after that, man, you saw Edwin Diaz come in, you knew it was going to be lights out. The game was 5-2 at the end of it all. Team Dominican Republic kind of went out with like a sad bang. They just weren't the team that a lot of people expected them to be. They weren't those all-star squad. They just seemed like they had a couple of really bad games. Maybe it's because they maybe didn't mesh that well. They seemed like they had a bunch of potential. They had all these all-star names, and they just couldn't produce. It seems like a big kind of thing that's been going on with a lot of teams in WBC, especially Team USA. They seem to be a little bit iffy in their first couple of games, but now they're dominating. I expected the same to happen with Team Dominican Republic, but it just didn't click. Of course, today was a bunch of mistakes that could have been solved, but yet again, this is baseball. Anything can happen, and that's why I love it. Also, it's really sad to report that Edwin Diaz actually got himself injured during the celebration after he struck out the last person. It sucks to say, but it really holds a lot of weight on the future of Team Puerto Rico just because he's their glorified closer. He's the guy you expect to close out every game in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, or even the finals. He's the Mets closer as well, so it's going to be very interesting what the Mets do now because we don't know how severe this injury is. It seems like he was holding his ankle or something, so it could be very, very bad. He was wheelchaired out of the stadium. Personally, I'm really excited to see who Team Puerto Rico ends up facing in the quarterfinals. I think Team Puerto Rico is looking disgusting. Their pitching staff is insane. Jorge Lopez had an amazing 7th inning. He was really fun to watch. I think Team Puerto Rico has potential to go really far, maybe even get to the semis. It's going to be very interesting. I personally still think Japan is in the front run of winning this WBC. They've been electric. They've been lights out, but yet again, I think Team Puerto Rico is probably top 3 in that decision, maybe top 4 because Venezuela is looking kind of nasty, but we will see when quarterfinals end up coming by. What do you guys think? Were you guys excited for this match? I personally think it was a bunch of fun to watch. It was really exciting, and I genuinely just am excited to see where the future lands. Team Dominican Republic fans, are you kind of disappointed in your country's team? I personally expected a lot more from them. I know Team Puerto Rico was looking kind of nasty. I expected one of them to make it out of the pools, even not both of them, but of course Venezuela Venezuela upset a lot of people, so I think everything just went the right way, besides Team Dominican Republic's way. I think it really begs the question though, after you think about it, Team Dominican Republic was probably one of the most disappointing WBC teams in a very long time. They had a ton of all-stars. They had one of the best rosters in WBC by far. They were the #1 frontrunners besides USA and Japan. I personally see this as a loss, in my opinion, if you're a Dominican Republic fan, because this was an easy winnable game if you think about it. You guys had the chance to come back. You had bases loaded. You had one of the best clutch hitters. Manny Machado was up to bat, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Also, something to note in all of this, Team Puerto Rico is sub 500 in runners in scoring position. They're a team that if you get on base in a clutch situation, you have a 50% chance, or less than 50% chance, usually around like 45 to 50, that they will get on base or they will actually score a run in. It's crazy to think about how good Team Puerto Rico really is, and I'm very excited to see them come the semifinals or quarterfinals or finals, however far they make it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. My name's Joe. Have a great night or day. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this game and what you guys think of Puerto Rico's future. Please leave a like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.